Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Conrad, and I'm the managing editor of Arizona Ascent magazine, also with editorial partnership with Silicon Oasis. I'm here with Daniella
Cuéllar Zapata,
of founder and CEO, or
founder and
CEO of Wipp AI. Thank you so much for coming and being on our podcast. Tell us a little bit about Wipp AI. How did you, and I know there's a lot of AI out there, but I've never heard anything for what you're trying to do.
Well, I guess I can start with, I've always been very passionate about the political system. Specifically, before I think things got kind of crazy in our world, I was always very just fascinated with civic engagement of individuals. And it really started from me wanting to bring more democracy into democracy.
Yeah.
What we're doing at Wipp is essentially automating all the workflows of political advocacy via digital twins.
Okay.
And we're coding digital twins of legislators so that hopefully one day you can have a congressperson in your pocket.
Gotcha. So talk us a little bit about that digital twin. And I know it's doing a little bit of research on you. It's on your company. It's mimicking of what a senator or a congressperson, right? Of like is it their voting record? It's like what their interests are. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So it's a digital twin through a RAG system. Essentially, that means you're putting bumpers on an LLM and kind of controlling the data that goes into a large language model.
Yeah.
With that, we're ingesting all the public information of this individual, everything from their voting records, campaign messages, interviews they've given, books they've written, you name it.
Yeah.
And then we're putting it through our algorithms where the agent begins to dynamically understand who they are, who they represent as their human counterpart.
Yeah.
And then you, the user, can actually interact with that digital twin, ask them questions, prepare an engagement strategy if you work in the world of advocacy.
Okay.
And do a number of things.
So it's like strategy. If you're like, let's say you're a lobbyist or something, like you said, that advocacy, you know exactly how your person's gonna, their ideas, their strategy. So you know exactly how to kind of go into those meetings, know exactly like knowing what their pain points are and be able to effectively communicate or effectively navigate that meeting. Wow, that's amazing because you never see anything like that. Wish you could have that for like a parent. Digital twin for a parent. Yeah. But talk a little bit about you. Talk about your story. Are you from? I remember hearing say, are you from Boston, or where's the company founded? Talk a little bit about that.
No, I just recently graduated. From HBS.
Okay.
I got my MBA out there, so I stayed in Boston for right after I graduated this past May. But I went to high school and college out here in Arizona.
Okay.
So I would say I'm part from Arizona, kind of, because I was born in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And now the company's based in Boston because that's where my CTO is.
Yeah.
And my head of business development, he's down in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And eventually we plan on moving the company down to Washington, D.C.
See? Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then are you guys venturing into Arizona at some point right now? Talk a little bit about that.
So in January, the PAC, which is the Public Affairs Council, they're having a big conference in Arizona. They just did one this month in Washington, D.C. And at the conference in Arizona, we're going to debut the company.
That's amazing. And right now, you talked, I know you talked a little bit about, you guys are halfway through. Is this your Series A funding or?
No.
You're already far in?
We're in a pre-seed round.
Okay, pre-seed round, okay. Thank you for correcting me.
No, I wish. No, but we're in a pre-seed round right now. Just friends and family, not really. Angel safe. So angel investors, and we're halfway. We've raised half the round. We're looking for the back half. So investors either interested in political advocacy or in the agentic space to come in and be partners.
And like, what are your goals for Wipp AI? What do you see down 5 to 6 years? Where do you see the company going? And are you targeting anybody in the political, like any of the lobbyists? Like, it could be in any industry can use your software.
So right now, like you're hitting it right on the nail. We're starting with a niche market of federal lobbyists.
Yeah.
Agnostic of political party.
Yeah.
Just federal lobbying.
Yeah.
And eventually, if I think of like 5 to 6 years from now, what we're really focusing on right now is being able to bring our digital twins down to a digital twin arena where they can communicate with one another and talk to each other. So, for example, right now, the two most advanced digital twins that we have are the twin of Elizabeth Warren and the twin of Ted Cruz.
Okay.
So we make them talk to each other all the time and kind of test the waters in that A2A communication.
And what is communication like between Ted Cruz and Elizabeth Warren?
Chaotic.
Chaotic? Oh my gosh. It would be chaotic. Two people from different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, they're kind of polar opposites. So.
Yeah. Who's your next kind of twin AIs that you're looking to create?
Well, we have a basic version of all 535, both in the House, both in the Senate.
Okay.
And which one are we going to advance further on? We're actually just trying to advance all of them to the level that we've gotten these two twins at.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start with Mark Kelly, just because he's from Arizona.
Yeah, definitely. So I've got one last question for you. Since you've got the both houses of Congress, you've got the Senate that they're like more 6-year terms, and especially with Congress they're 2-year terms. What happens when a person or a twin loses re-election, or they don't decide to run again? Do you create a new twin based off of the new rep? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we create a new twin out of that rep. And if there is a scenario where we have a dark horse candidate, so somebody that rises to politics a bit out of nowhere and there's very little data on them, we're also designing certain algorithms and data flywheels so that we're able to recreate people that don't have as much information as the most vocal politicians that you know of.
Yeah, that's amazing. My last question. If you can give any entrepreneur or startup company advice, and they're like you going to pre-seed, and they're at that point where they're like, I just need some motivation. What would that be?
Okay, I have a mentor and professor named Reza Satru, and what he always talks about is the magic of commitment. So there is magic when you commit. And there's something special about when you kill optionality.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about it, make the leap, make the 110% commitment to it, cut off other options, and you'll see magic unfold.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle. It's such a
pleasure.
Thank you
so much.
Having